we live yet? Is the intro going? I must be muted. Really hope the intro's going or something.
Good morning. Good morning.
And finally, new rule, nothing with crypto in the title ever turns out good.
Don't write me about Bitcoin, please. I don't give a so don't ask me.
Bitcoin happens to use a lot of energy. It happens to promote anonymous transactions.
Bitcoin is not a currency.
Not bullish on Bitcoin.
You, John McAfee, believe in the power of Bitcoin. So much so that you'll put your on the table, chop it up, put it in your mouth, swallow.
If it doesn't reach at least $1 million.
99.999% of the people that own Bitcoin are f***ing morons. That's just it.
What's it feel like to be a Bitcoin?
I don't have any Bitcoin.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
Good morning.
GM, everybody. What's happening? Welcome to the GM show. We don't even know how to run our own show
I have no idea what's going on.
We don't know what's going on. We don't even know if we're live. So if you're out there, GM, it'll probably take a couple days for people to remember that we exist when we inevitably pop up in their YouTube feed again, and they're like, "Oh, these two assholes."
These assholes. Yeah.
But how was your little break there, Mr. TP?
It was great.
It was great. Oh, I like that. Did you touch some snow or grass or whatever there is where you are?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, there's a lot of family. Lots of family time.
Right.
It's good. It was good. You know?
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
how about
what
yourself?
it's all about.
How about
Same,
you?
Same. Yeah, spent a week with family, and that was really nice. And
I'm just always happy the holidays are over, honestly.
Me too.
Because it's like, I think it's, and even till after New Year, I feel like everyone's kind of checked out vacay still.
Right. Yeah.
And
I totally know what you're saying.
I feel like I don't know, it's very stressful. It's a stressful
It is
time
very
of year.
stressful. Yeah, it's a very stressful time of the year, that's for sure. But we're about to head into the new year, and hopefully we have good things coming this year. A lot happened while we were gone.
Yeah,
Jeez,
dude.
My God.
Yeah,
we
a
have
lot
so much to
happened.
catch up on, and I think I'm still trying to just remember how to run the show, but I also think
Yeah.
we're probably gonna
stay.
miss some stuff this morning that happened, even because just so much happened for us to catch up on. And things are still unfolding. But before we do all that, check out gmtv.lol, the place to be for everything GMTV related. And while you're there, there's news on the front homepage. We got to get a little caught up there, but there is pretty relevant stuff still on the front there. But check out the NFT project, the GM Bots. This is our NFT that gives you access to our kimono trading indicator that we use every day here on the show. Also gives you holder-only Discord channels, pretty soon holder-only streams, store discounts, and you can burn your NFT to sponsor the show. And it not only do you sponsor an episode, but you also go into the credits permanently, and then you're also in the description of every show. So with that said, check out our burn sponsors in the description of the show. Thanks to them for making the party happen. Okay, let's start with this. So I think Sam Bankman-Fried had been arrested. He had gone to jail in the Bahamas, and then, but I think the extradition. I don't know if the whole extradition and him being charged and the revelations about Caroline seeming to be cooperating for and pleading guilty to a couple charges, and Gary Wang also being charged with some things. So we had really the charges start to drop. We had SBF extradited to the U.S. and he posted bail. I think it was, I don't know if I'm correct, 100% correct on this, but I think I've read that this is the largest bail ever posted. $250 million.
Is it? I know. Well, when I heard about it, I was just like, dude, I can't believe that. I
know.
From a dude who said, I think I only have $100,000 to my bank account.
Yeah.
I just feel like
that was my immediate question too, was where the fuck did homeboy come up with $250 million?
Exactly. Like, why isn't that money going back to payback customers, asshat?
Of course. But this tweet was speculating Autism Capital, and so Autism Capital must not be Sam Bankman-Fried because it's been tweeting the entire time he was in jail. So I think we can lay that rumor to rest, unless of course SBF is tweeting from jail, which maybe that's happening. Anyway,
maybe, and also maybe it's like, he gives. Maybe it's Sam and company, someone else. We got to keep the rumor alive. Yeah, we got to keep it alive somehow. It's someone. He passed the account off to someone else too. Like someone shares the account so that when he goes in jail, it can keep going.
Okay, that makes sense. He's got an editor.
I'm just letting you know, like, I just noticed this on the screen,
say?
but like, well, no, it's just like, look at the name tag, like on the screen, like you can just see my eyes hovering over it.
Yeah,
it's pretty massive. I'm like the guy on Home Improvement, that the neighbor just peeking over the fence.
Right.
That's what I feel like.
Let's do this.
Which is fine with me.
There we go. Gone.
Well,
gone.
Okay.
Banished.
Cool.
I just
But
banished.
now people don't know who I am.
Yeah, and they don't know that I'm the fact checker for the show, which is weird. GM, not Yoda, see you in the chat there. You and I are very close right now in physical location. Want to Netflix and chill, DTF. Anyway, so from what we know, autism.
What? How far are you from Tulsa?
Let's not get into the details of my location, okay? Let's not dox me that hard right now, okay?
Bro, you just say, you could go, there's north, east, south, you could be in any direction. I'm just saying how many hours away.
I'm within, this will be nice and vague, I'm within 2,000 miles.
That's so stupid. That is so stupid.
I'm much closer than that.
I'm within 2,000 miles of Minneapolis.
Oh, cool.
That's so stupid. Cool. You can't just say.
Yeah, I'm within cool 2,000 miles of you. I think actually too.
I think so. You are actually. Yes.
Yeah, I know I am. Yeah. So anyway, it says.
I think 2,000 miles, like almost like Florida for me. That's like the distance, like.
Oh God,
Mister, I can't dox myself. I'm gonna dox myself if I say I'm X amount of hours away from Tulsa.
I'm in.
I just want to rat you out now. I just want to say it just so that it's just like, I'm just gonna fucking Google this.
I will.
So I can.
You know what I will say? I am going to say I'm going to dox your doctor's private home address. I'm just kidding. God,
I don't even know.
Before we get canceled, I'm just kidding.
I don't even know if I.
You don't even have a doctor. From what we know so far, Sam's bail came from a mixture of his parents' house plus one relative plus one outside person. So it sounds like maybe he had some help getting this bail together.
You're like 2 hours away. 2 hours
ish, yeah, 2 hours, yeah. 2 to 10 hours, between 2 and 10 hours, yeah.
That's actually really close. Yeah, that's like from here to like Glenwood Springs. That's pretty good.
What's a Glenwood? It's
only the coolest little town in Colorado.
Oh,
Colorado.
Shots fired. I thought it was South Park. Anyway, so yeah, so 250 million bail posted. He is apparently like essentially in the custody of his parents.
About crypto. He's in the
supposedly
custody of
like
his
in the
parents.
custody of his parents. So he's living in his parents' basement, I think. Probably playing League of Legends as we speak. Just waiting it out, right? Waiting out the storm, letting it pass. Thinking about his time at FTX fondly. I don't know.
So
dude.
how could he 200? It's $250 million fucking dollars just to stay out of jail.
Yeah, well, and it sounds like they, maybe as a traditional bail, they'd maybe need 10% collateral, so that'd be like 25 mil. So that's still a lot, but they're saying like somebody, like some outside people, a relative and an outside person, kicked in that 21 mil potentially.
Unbelievable.
That's
Kevin
their speculation
O'Leary guy,
here.
whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Is Kevin O'Leary is like having a sleepover right now with Sam in the basement.
Well, I heard. Did you hear too? Sam was all complaining about the vegan. He's vegan, and the food isn't vegan enough for him.
Yeah.
And,
well, that's one of the many reasons he needed to be able to post bail. I know I'm a flight risk, but I can't eat this. I can't stand the food anymore in this place. It's a mixed kitchen. They do the meat and the non-meat food in the same kitchen.
I can't deal with this. I can't eat here.
Oh boy.
It's rubbish.
Rubbish.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, exactly. Not Yoda said Kevin O'Leary. Yeah. I think that's a pretty good guess. That guy. Let's see. Okay, what else is going on? Well, there's some other small things going on. We'll talk about the y00ts stuff probably in the NFT section, even though it's just kind of relevant to the overall market because Solana does not seem to be doing so hot. But we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there. BNB is BNB's unique wallets surpass Ethereum, becoming the largest L1 blockchain. This was a couple days ago. But
is that because maybe maybe they give every user a wallet kind of deal?
I knew you were going to say something, but I didn't think it was going to be that innocent. I thought you were going to be like, oh yeah, is it because they're creating a bunch of their own addresses and wash trading through their own?
Well, that was going to be my second. So basically, yeah, you have every person that creates an account on Binance and has a BNB wallet, and then you have you could totally just kind of just milk that one.
Potentially, yeah, for sure, 100%. I don't know why, but there's been a lot of, I think people, there's people who are super bullish on Binance right now.
You would think more people. I mean, I'm a little. Yeah, there's a lot of FUD, man, still on Binance. It's so bad.
Yeah, well, investor Mike Alfred claims Binance has no CFO and is in talks with Warren Buffett for funding. So, doesn't seem like great news. That seems very FTX of them to have no CFO.
And wait, Buffett's going to touch crypto?
Well, I don't know. Let's see.
That seems like the farthest thing that Buffett would.
You would think,
touch.
Right? Like, why would he?
That is not.
Says Binance is in active talks with potential new keystone investors, including Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway, about an equity round that would provide support and credibility to the company. This is according to this Mike Alfred guy.
That's key.
So,
They're like
take that with
credibility.
Salt.
They really want. They don't have a.
Yeah,
CFO.
they want that credibility for sure, dude. They definitely want that.
They need something, man. Because right now it's like that Sun guy. What's his
Justin
name?
Sun?
Yes, he pitched in like 300 mil, 200 mil, 200, 300, something like that. And to me, I'm like, okay, that
he doesn't give credibility to anything in my eyes. I don't give a shit what Justin Sun does.
I think it says red flags because
in fact, I don't trust Justin Sun. So
yeah, I think it's like a sign that maybe that is Binance that desperate they need that kind of cash right now.
And I just think like Justin Sun just seems like he's always trying to he's like clout chasing constantly, where he's always trying to just get himself into every single happening. He wants to be a part of every happening, so he just injects capital here and there. And I don't know. I just Justin Sun's projects have never interested me. So, and I just don't really like the way he operates. It just feels fake to me. So I'm just not a big Justin Sun fan at all. Also, you know, where was that? I had an article up, and it's not up anymore, so I failed. But somebody was there was somebody saying too that like that they don't trust the audits and this and that, and so you know, I don't know. It's just
dude.
And the proof of reserves.
Trust that shit. Yeah.
So, you know, I
don't trust it. I don't. Yeah, it's hard to trust anything. Like I'm not. You know, like I've been saying for a while now. I'm off of exchanges right now.
Chilling. Yeah.
Because I'm just
you're hot. You're like a bear. You're hibernating. You're hodling and hibernating, and you're just waiting for spring.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's still, you know, I'm still playing the game. I'm just not necessarily on leveraged exchanges, right? So
yeah, certainly. SEC Chair Gary Gensler warns of imminent crypto crackdown. Oh yeah, this was it. Explains why proof of reserve has no value. So Gary Gensler, at least, does not think that the proof of reserves has any value. And I don't know. You know, Gary's of course we know crackdown's coming. We've been saying that. And here he says the runway is getting shorter. The casinos in this Wild West are non-compliant intermediaries. Yeah. I mean, the casino stuff is definitely a bad thing that's going on. I mean, at least from a regulatory and compliance, legal compliance standpoint. You know, we've always said like, how is this? How is this legal? And it's Anyway, so you know, that's not great. And then here he is saying too, proof of reserves is neither a full accounting of the assets and liability of a company, nor does it satisfy segregation of customer funds under the securities laws. So I mean, for sure, there's no way to tell if the customer funds are segregated, right? From proof of reserves. So I mean, that's a fair point.
This idea of keeping funds, you know, the company's funds separate from client funds, like that just seems, I don't know, man. That just seems like a no-brainer to me. But
well, yeah, you would think. But then FTX came along and decided to prove us all wrong there. Fidelity is planning an NFT marketplace and financial services in the metaverse. So, investment giant Fidelity Investments has filed trademark applications in the United States for a host of Web3 products and services, including an NFT marketplace.
It's funny. Did we just say they fell for it? Like, everyone's making all these marketplaces. They think they're, like, onto some cool new trend or something, I feel like. Like, Fidelity? Bro, Fidelity's doing this?
Dude, Fidelity's doing it. They even filed a trademark for virtual real estate investing, bro. So, you know, they're gonna start
virtual real estate.
They're gonna have a fund now. They're gonna have a fund where you can just invest in virtual real estate.
Bubble that is gonna just pop like the.
Well, it's certainly very interesting.
Unbelievable.
Except for, of course, Pumpopoly. You know. That's of course.
Yeah. That's the only number go up. Yes.
Yes. So Fidelity getting just dipping their toes and getting preparations for various potential infrastructure there in Web3. So fascinating as always. You know, and I mean, it's going to be really interesting. We'll talk a little bit more here in the NFT section about, of course, Matic and Polygon and y00ts going to Matic and all that, and what this is looking like. But I mean, Polygon and Matic seeming like they could be like one of the biggest. It could be the mainstream blockchain for just where like
NFTs.
normal consumers use NFTs. Yeah, I mean, it's certainly shaping that way for now. So anyway, you should share your screen so we can look at the charts, the NFT charts. I'm just gonna like mess around with weird little views here that I haven't messed with yet, that are very strange. Let's see.
Would you look at that?
This is how I'm going to distract everybody for right now while you get your screen.
I can't, sorry.
Oh, I can put you in a little box. That's fun. You're in a little box now, Mr.
Good.
Take Profits.
Well,
How
my
do you feel
screen
being
should
in a
be
little
shared.
box? Okay, there's your screen. There's a screen, sir.
All right, guys. So I made a tweet on this drawing this morning. All right, and basically, we're for longer than the last week, right? Over a week, no, not 2 weeks, but we're getting there. Okay, we've been in this range, right, since this dump on the 16th. And so I mean, I'm expecting, right? This is the trend. It's a front until the end. I'm expecting we stay in this range. I was looking at, what some news, what some reports, some economic data or whatever that's coming out that might move the markets. And it doesn't really look like there's anything really until next Wednesday, I believe, is CPI. So I'm thinking we might just do this whole rangy thing until we break one of these levels here, and maybe that happens on Wednesday, so when the CPI comes out, right? So going to be interesting here coming up, but I'm just not, I mean, we dumped down here. We're getting a bounce, it looks like. We do have a green wave on the kimono. So I'm, it's not like, but the VWAP's kind of like starting to level out. Money flow wave is still red, is coming in. That's good news. And I think we could see, now what I think we could see is maybe we get a wick up and we challenge the 50 moving average. Plus right now that same level is a strong level of resistance. And so I could totally see us getting a pop up there. Totally could see us getting a pop there. But I wouldn't, I have a hard time imagining we stay up there, right? We could probably come right back down. Now I'm assuming the trend is with the CPIs, they've been coming in pretty good lately, right? It's been pretty decent. So maybe we get a pop up, and we have been getting higher lows, right? You gotta like that. But at the same time, right now you're really not in a so optimistic mood because it's having a hard time getting back up into this next level up. The range it was in, basically, beginning of December. It's having a hard time getting back up there. In fact, it's treating it as resistance. And if we look at where the stocks are, right, S&P 500. Stocks. I mean, we've had this double tap up here on this trend level. Boop, boop. And it got rejected, came up, got rejected again. And, this is, now we're hanging out down below the 50 moving average. And, I've been saying stocks, right, they've had this trend of lower lows. We still have been getting lower lows. Since this is the trend, I'm expecting the trend to persist. Now, this is pretty macro trend, okay? It's tapped this trend level. This was in January. This was in February, right? It takes months to in between it before they get back to these levels down here. And so I'm, it could take some time, right, before we maybe come back and see if we're going to get a lower low here. Good thing so far. Looking back, so we're on the daily here, and you see in the past we've kind of come up and we've had some higher lows and things to kind of make us a little optimistic here. And we're kind of seeing that now, right? We're getting higher lows. We're holding this level right now. And so to me, it's like the CPI report is kind of the big news event next week that will maybe move the markets one way or the other. But, not liking that it's below the 50 moving average. I could see a challenge to come up here. That would be a challenge of a strong level of resistance in the past and getting rejected back down. Plus 50 moving average, there's confluences there, right? So, yeah, I would maybe be looking for shorts if the market popped right back up there. And here on the kimono wave, we had that bearish divergence, right, where we get higher prices, but momentum coming down. Here we are showing the wave could be pinching. We could maybe be seeing that pop, right? Because I'm expecting price to come up to this level at least. Maybe challenge 200 moving average. Maybe challenge this range before we start heading back down again. Because again, for me to this is now the trend. This downward momentum is the trend. So we are going to probably see price come down, challenge come down, challenge come down, right? That's the pattern I'm looking for. And then I'm waiting to see a divergence where, oh, look, price is coming down. Oh, but the kimono wave momentum is coming up. That's what I'm looking for. So right now, that's kind of what I'm seeing here. This pattern. So anyway, we'll see how the next few weeks pan out here. Between Christmas and New Year, it's probably going to be. I think it's going to be kind of quiet, low volume across the markets. Here in Bitcoin on the daily, right? Like we were just looking at, we're just in this range that we've been in for almost 2 weeks. I think we could be in there for another week here. Maybe we pop up here again. I could see that we do have a green wave money flow coming up. VWAP is up above. It could stay up there for a little bit while. And I could see us wicking up there, but I just have a hard time imagining us staying up there really right now. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Just because, these are very strong levels of resistance that we're failing. So maybe we get it, maybe we don't. Sol.
Let's check out,
big
Sol.
Loser
Exactly.
today.
Sol
It's
and
down
Matic.
4%.
God, dude.
Seeing I was looking at this.
Right when I sell my big Solana NFT.
Did you cash out a Sol? Or is it
I
also
cashed out
Sol?
like half of it.
Yeah.
And now I'm just sitting with this bag of slowly decreasing to zero.
Yeah, well, if you look back let's update these volume ranges here. So we have a macro volume range and then this little micro one. I'm calling it micro, but it goes back to November. So, it looks like, right? You see it challenged. It can't escape this. It can't escape up the upper end. It just kind of challenges the point of control, major point of control, macro, zoom out kind of point of control. That sucker's saying, oh man, this looks bad. It got rejected pretty good from that. Couldn't hold this range. And I think we saw this start to crack. No, I think we took our break before we saw this crack it. I can't quite remember. But yeah, it's when I was watching this one right here, I think it was right around Christmas. It was over the weekend. Christmas Eve, Christmas, I was seeing kind of this rejection from that lower volume range here. That happened eve of Christmas Eve. Yeah, I saw this big rejection here, and I was just like,
well, on Christmas Day is when Frank announced that y00ts and DeGods were leaving Solana too. That was their Christmas surprise.
Oh,
Merry fucking Christmas, everybody!
Yeah, and it just I guess do you think maybe they had a shit ton of Sol that they dumped before announcing that?
Maybe,
because that was the big dump was the day before it was Christmas Eve. So
I do remember that. Yeah,
but then here,
insider knowledge,
just as getting worse, right? We've taken out support that's long gone. next level of support. Well, we're at it. We are at this like spot right here. I mean, you really, if you're a Sol Maxi, you're probably buying it up thinking that this is the bottom. But or just waiting, because you have this volume range, the lows of the volume range is right down here at $7, and we've wicked down there before. We wicked down there in November, so yeah. I mean, Sol's not looking good at all. Like it's looking.
It's feeling.
It's has that like it's gonna go extinct kind of look, you know.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah, and we'll of course,
especially when major projects leave the ecosystem.
Yeah, well, it opens up a hole too in Solana for like a new top project. But man, it's gonna be hard. Yeah, Solana's really got a lot moving against it, a lot going against it right now. So
yeah, I mean, I could see Solana down like $3.
I know. Oh, I know. So, I know. Oh, I know. Oh, I know where you could see it. Yeah. $3 is nice of you to say. You're feeling good. You're feeling happy, nice today, aren't you? You're in the Christmas spirit still.
I do.
Giving him $3. Usually it's $0.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good.
What about Matic? Check out Matic real quick. I just want to see.
All right, let's see Matic.
That real quick.
So it's really, again, this range is the key range. Sorry. Whoa. Wanted to this range
out of
here.
Control.
Yeah. I mean, you can see back here in like June, July, really we're testing that as support, this range, but it just broke down. This is where I'd be really kind of trading. So your buying wanted to happen here. Right now, you're pretty much diddling in the middle of the range. Be careful. Trading here, you're diddling in the middle. If you don't got the stomach for it, because price from here could come here again and then come back up here, you know, don't. You're diddling in the middle. You know, understand where you're throwing your money in. And it is you're diddling. Now I could see us, given the kimono wave, right? We have
kimono.
You know, hey, I would say this is a bullish divergence that happened here, right? Price barely come lower, but you know what? Momentum is coming up. So, you know, let's take a better look. Yeah, I mean, that money flow wave down here, that red money flow wave is pretty thick still. So, I mean, maybe we get a challenge up to the 50 moving average, maybe up to the range high up here. But it's looking kind of, yeah, to me, I'm like, you're diddling in the middle, man. It's a little hard. Does look like we could be seeing some pumpage. But I would just expect it, right? Because this has been the trend. I would just expect it to challenge these tops before we start coming back down. Let me pull a volume range here.
Do it.
Yeah, I mean, boom. We're testing the bottom. I mean, if I was like, ooh, I'm looking for a long or something. Yeah, I'd be long in this sucker, because you got point of control up here and your volume range high that you could maybe be testing. And look at this level that's been tested several times before.
Yeah, it's
comes down, test the low, test the high, test the low, test the high,
range.
Test the low. What do you think's going to happen? So this is kind of right. It is. I just think we're going to be in this range for some time, for a while longer, as far as I know. So, but we'll see how price reacts as it gets up here.
Right.
That'll be interesting. Yeah. But understand, you are diddling in the middle right now. Maybe you might, if you're patient, maybe you get price to come down here and challenge yesterday's low, right? On the 4 hour. Yeah. You're getting a nice red, right? We had a challenge to the 50 moving average coming down. Now what you really want to see here is from the 4 hour, a rejection up off of the 50 moving average. broke through. It's tested it again. Now we want to see that bounce. All right. But right now in the 4 hour, the kimono wave is showing a potential overbought signal with, you got the VWAP coming down. Money flow wave is pinching in. All right. RSI crossing. This, to me, I mean, this is interesting how the money flow wave is coming up, but we could come up and come down and then come up, right?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we could maybe, you really want to see it hold this level. We'll see how this 4 hour prints, but this looks like we could be getting a cool down, and maybe you can get an entry somewhere like a yesterday low was right down here. Yeah. So maybe you can get an entry right down here. Perfect, beautiful. That would be 79. And
God, those momentum waves were really nice. Those were some nice momentum waves.
So yeah, confluence right here is where I would be, where I will be. Be looking to get some limit orders in there. Whoops, not there. Here, maybe there too, but yeah, it's looking like we could be getting a little cool off for us to get some better entries and pop on up there. So just be careful. If you're trading now on Matic, you're diddling in the middle of the range, and I just don't.
There could be a better entry out there somewhere.
Exactly. Just be patient. Just be patient.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service that you did us this morning. That was a nice sermon from the weatherman over there. We're going to go to intermission.
All right, CJ, go see what Santa brought you.
Christmas, CJ.
See what he brought you.
What'd you get? What's this?
It's cold.
Oh.
You've been naughty. No,
This
don't break.
is funny.
You know what? No.
Okay. Looking good. Looking good. Oh! Almost. Oh!
Hello, it's Freeman from GMTV. Don't get hacked like I did. Get yourself a Ledger wallet at gmtv.lol/ledger.
You're the Jim Cramer of crypto now.
Freeman, no one can hear you if you're trying to talk, man. I don't know. I see your mouth moving,
What do you mean?
but I don't hear anything.
Oh.
So you muted yourself.
What the heck?
So anyway, just do sign language, bro. What was that? What was that?
Hello.
So
no one can hear me.
Since here.
Wow.
I was pretty optimistic for it.
I'm a pimp on a blimp.
Pretty optimistic, and Freeman's gone. Fine. I'll do this on my own.
Bing bong.
Thank you for watching GMTV.
Thank you for watching and sticking around there through the intermission. And give the show a like, a subscribe, if you think we're worthy, of course. And let's get into some NFT stuff here. We're looking at the top charts. Got Bored Ape Yacht Club up at the tippy top there, getting a nice little floor price increase over the past week. There's been a lot going on in the Yugaverse. You had the trial of Jimmy the monkey popping up last week. I saw there was
What was
it
that?
involved a key inside of a monkey's butthole.
I saw, well, I saw that and I was really confused what was going on here. The key with the D.
Yeah, so there's it's kind of complex. The whole, there's going to be this mint that it's like they're really making you work hard to do this mint, this upcoming mint. But you have December 28th, the past, present, and future. These are the upcoming events of the trial of Jimmy. The trial of Jimmy the monkey happened on December 21st, but these are the upcoming events. Then January 11th, you have Prepare for the Mint. January 18th, the multi-week interactive mint. Multi-week. I don't think we've seen a multi-week mint yet.
What do you think they're minting?
I mean, my guess is the Mecha Apes or Mecha Dogs or something, that whole thing. That would be my guess, just because they said we were going to get that originally before the end of the year. That makes sense. Yeah. So I think that's maybe where this is going. But then you got the mint reveal on February 8th. And then, of course, to be announced, the story continues. Roadmap 5.0 coming soon. So we have.
I'm exhausted
this
just
going
learning about this.
Yeah, you really have to be super involved here if you're going to be committed to the BAYC, the entire thing, and if you're going to want to mint these upcoming mints. So there's a lot going on with all that, and also.
Why do they call it a trial of Jimmy? Is there a story behind this, or?
Yeah, there is, but guess what? Guess how much I've cared to look at it? Not much. But at the same time, you've got this also happening. Let's see how this. Wait a second. Oh! I had the wrong thing pulled up. Let me pull it up. You had they announced this. They had this Otherside video too last week. So there's just been a lot of just Yuga stuff over the Christmas weekend. Just a lot of Yuga. Just a lot of Yuga
Your
stuff. Your
screen's still on the news. I don't know if you try to change.
Oh, something. No. Here we go.
Oh, wow.
So, looks like game... This is some all game related, obviously.
Yeah.
Just a nice fancy game preview,
What the hell is that robot?
It's a mecha maybe thing. Maybe a mecha ape or something.
That's gonna be the new.
Maybe that's what that was. That's a good question. Dude, the other side is waking up.
Oh.
So, you feeling bullish? Huh? You feeling bullish?
I feel confused. That's how I feel. I feel lost, confused, a bit dazed.
Well, that's natural.
I just to me, I guess this is just a bigger picture with Yuga that I just don't connect with. It's just the characters and overall kind of theme, like Kodas and dogs and the apes and the mutant apes and now mecha apes, and I'm just I get that they can maybe bullshit a story to make it all tie together and shit like that, but to me, it just seems way fucking all over the place. Even just from a design perspective of how everything kind of ties together, just doesn't really fit. I don't know. It seems like they're just trying to mash up they had totally different ideas and all this stuff, and they're just trying to mash it all into the same universe or something. It's different things from different universes they're trying to make into one, and it just seems so forced to me. I guess
Well, I definitely think that Yuga is obviously going all in on the video game. That is the entire point of everything.
That's a smart decision. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're going all in on the other side game. They've got that new CEO that's from Blizzard or whatever. So they're going all in on the game. And I don't know why they need to mint all these more NFTs, or if it's just to give their holders more free money on the secondary market. I don't know. But either way, they're definitely all in on the game.
I think it's a lot to do now because they've said, right, the Yuga guys, they've said that they don't really give two shits about the price of their NFTs and that kind of type of stuff, blah blah blah. And I think I think they just are trying to bring in more people into the ecosystem to actually be playing the game, And if it's like, oh, you're only gonna be playing the game if you have an NFT, then they got it. They're thinking, well, we got to be able to make this more accessible to people. People aren't going to spend. If they're like, oh, we want to have, thousands of people in one room at all the time. Then you're going to have you can't charge $2,000 plus for entry into a game ecosystem like that. And expect to have those numbers.
Here's what's interesting. And I think this maybe addresses some of what you're talking about, and which are good points. And Yuga here has noted that they're working to bring PFPs to life as playable avatars within the other side. The goal is for players to have the ability to connect to their wallet and immediately appear as their NFT within the gaming environment. It also noted that a few other projects are working to make their PFPs playable within the other side. So I'm kind of thinking that the major winners here will be holders of the different Yuga assets, and the other side owners, right? People who own the other side land. But I think that people who aren't in the ecosystem will be able to play on the platform using other NFTs that have essentially partnered or made their avatars playable, but they won't be benefiting or getting as much of the play to earn type probably rewards as holders of actual Yuga assets, right? There's also
that makes sense.
A note here, and because that would then allow wider adoption, right? It's like then if you've got a lot of these other NFTs, some that are way cheaper, then you could
Toxic
get
Skulls or something,
right? Right. There's a sneak peek of some of the in-game building tools as well, which Yuga will cater towards players of all skill levels. The team is using games like Fallout 4 and 7 Days to Die as guides here, so maybe crafting or something like that. More advanced users will be able to use the ODK to unlock endless possibilities for creativity and harness the power of the Unreal Engine. Players will be able to name their other deed and manage its lore as reflected in the Other Side Atlas next year. Perhaps most importantly, Yuga announced the second trip will occur in March of next year. So they're going to do another probably test. This will probably be a little more advanced. Maybe you'll be able
more
to
graphics
use maybe you'll be able to use your Yuga NFT or something. I don't know. So March is when we'll get another gaming preview. So Yuga is waking up. Yeah, they're coming out of their slumber, it seems like. So that's very interesting. Okay, the other thing we've got going on, of course, is DeGods and y00ts leaving. Let me queue up this next video here. I can only do one video at a time on this one. But I think there's a better way to do this, but today we're just doing it this way. So Frank's, here's his little announcement video. Have you seen this yet?
No, I didn't actually see the announcement video. No.
Okay, cool. Well, here we go then.
Oh, you want my initial reaction?
Thank
Wonderful.
You. The support from this community has meant the world to us. Thank you for putting us on the map. We could not have done any of this without you. We've come to the realization that in order to grow, we need to explore new opportunities. We believe that now is the time to take a calculated risk and embark on a new journey. After all, the biggest risk is not taking one. So that's why today we are excited to announce that DeGods, y00ts, and Dust will be bridging onto new blockchains. y00ts will be moving to Polygon, DeGods to Ethereum, and Dust will be bridged to both Polygon and Ethereum. The bridges will be live in late Q1 2023. You thought I forgot about the points? You will be able to spend your points on minting NFTs that go through our brand new NFT Accelerator Launchpad program. More details on how to apply in January. And the roadmaps are coming early January. Oh, and Merry Christmas.
So, dude, they're trying to be like Y Combinator. They're trying to do we're going to do an accelerator for NFTs.
That has nothing to do with them switching. It has nothing to do with the announcement of switching. It's just almost like a distraction. It's almost like the poof, all the dust comes up and he's like, I'm gone. Merry Christmas.
I know. I love at the end. I love how it just
a total distraction of
and Merry Christmas. Then it just ends.
We're moving. Yeah, Utes to Polygon
So,
and DeGods
yeah,
to
I mean-
dust. Poof. Oh, and we're gonna have an accelerator program. Hey, Merry Christmas. Bye.
Yeah. So
So
I
we're
mean,
gonna
it's
try
a
for the
complete.
accelerator program, right? We're gonna go.
Yeah.
Let's do it. We'll
So
make a
it's a
collection
complete-
called Franks. It'll be called Franks, and
Franks.
it's gonna be
Franks.
and
It's gotta be two
and
O's,
It's,
yeah.
and it's gonna
Franks.
since he docks himself, it's gonna be like look like him, kind of like
his doc self, just lots of different outfits and
Yeah.
oh, I like that little different face masks.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean they're just completely abandoning the Solana ecosystem and they're going to the top two, of course.
You know what's
you've
funny?
got Ethereum and
What you know what,
Polygon.
dude? I'm not gonna lie. All I heard was about Utes moving to Polygon. I didn't even hear about DeGods going to Ethereum until just now. I don't know why.
DeGods
That's
is
all I've
also going
heard
to
is.
Ethereum.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, so it's going to be.
All I've heard is, I didn't know that they're moving. They're literally just packing up everything and moving.
Heading on out. Leaving
And
Solana.
it's funny
altogether.
it's funny how Solana. I heard it like in a Solana exec confirmed that they asked for $5 million to stay on the platform.
Oh, that's very interesting. That's funny. They're
Yeah,
like,
so
if you give us a
apparently-
grant.
Yeah, so
funding.
apparently that did go down. Of course, no comment from Frank and DeGods about it, but
I don't think.
yeah,
let's not use his real name until he comes on the show.
Okay, what's his name?
We're just calling him Frunk.
Frunk. Yeah,
Yeah.
so Frunk. I mean, what do I think about the move? I guess is what I'm trying to say.
I mean, this is definitely a really. I just felt like a bit more than anything a bad sign for Solana. Yeah, it opens up the top two spots. I mean, when you look at the charts, Utes and DeGods are at the very top. So it opens up the top two spots in that ecosystem, but it's not a good sign. It's just not good for the chain that these two big projects are leaving. It just
I think that
shows
and also
like a
just
lack
the
of
management over there, because
Yeah.
if they're like sitting there, shouldn't they have minted Utes already on Polygon?
Just on Polygon, right.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like what, like a month ago they
that's
revealed
because
almost.
FTX. That's because FTX hadn't gone down.
Yeah.
It's totally.
still-
It's it's funny that like the day
difference.
of the FTX collapse, Frank came on and just was like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
Should
we're
we switch or
bridging.
what?"
We're
Yeah.
bridging. Yeah, we're bridging." And then he's like, "Never mind, never mind." And now that is what they're doing.
Yeah, I think I don't know. To me, it's also kind of like I just don't care. I just don't care. I didn't really.
We don't
I
care
think
what
it's-
chain they're on, but
Well, for
now
one-
they have to compete with the big boys.
For one, they say, "Oh, this will all start at late Q1, 2023." Do you really fucking think this team is gonna have that done by then? Really?
Right.
Really? You think they can't even fucking have their own NFTs start to reveal until like months and
Yeah, it took
months
a
after
long time
mint?
yeah.
These guys are always like.
I know.
they're
Well, somebody
always
who was it? It was DGen. He in the Discord. He was saying that it gives them something to be building for the next couple months. Doing this
Yeah.
bridge. It's something to do. We're building.
And,
we're bridging.
Yeah,
take us a
I'm not
couple months.
exactly sure how in the hell they do that. And
Yeah, it's going to be.
that. They
It's
kinda-
it's going to be a
Wouldn't it
nice
be a
pain in
shit
the
show?
ass.
Because isn't it gonna? Because then aren't those Solana versions always going to exist?
Well, I feel like there will be some burning or
burn
something
it
going
while
on.
it
I don't know.
transfers over to. Like, they're gonna have to
don't know.
create something that essentially.
All we know is it will be magical, right? It's going to be a magical experience. But they want to make sure it's going to be airtight, the process. So that's what they've said. So no problems, no setbacks, nothing like that.
Which is why you're not gonna see it by the end of Q1,
You're like 6 months minimum.
bro.
They're going to have to build something else in the meantime. I mean, or people will forget about them. And that's the other thing. I mean, the competition is more fierce over there on ETH
and do
Polygon.
you remember
Polygon
since we
has
heard y00ts was coming out, how many different shit that we saw and then they took away and brought out, and how many different ideas they made public, and then so wouldn't you maybe expect this to be also the same? It's just like next week they're going to be like, okay, well never mind.
Well, it could.
Or they say, what? Instead, we're just going to have a different total mint on Ethereum and Polygon.
Here's normally,
you guys can go mint that now.
I would say, well, of course not. Like, why would they announce this? But knowing this team, of course, maybe they'll just change their mind next week.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
instead
happened before.
Instead of bridging, that seems really hard. Let's not bridge. We'll just mint new shit, and you guys can go mint that. Like, whatever.
Well, they already teased a bridge. They already teased a bridge and then took it back in one day.
I know.
Why not?
Like, why not
tease
just do
the
it
bridge
again?
and then in a month or two take it back?
Yeah, I could totally just be like, thinking they're like, but wait, if we just did new mints, different projects on Ethereum and Polygon, then we can make more money, and we wouldn't have to figure out how to bridge all this stuff.
Originally they had said that there was going to be another collection that would be on Ethereum, and it's like they've been talking already about DeGods 3. Why not just make that an Ethereum collection? I don't know. Right?
I know. See, this is what I'm saying is like, to me, it just seems kind of.
I mean, it obviously will be probably an Ethereum.
It's one of those things that I just don't care, but also like I just think it's just of course this team would do something stupid like this.
Well, and here I've got pulled up the top NFTs on the Polygon chain, and you have not only you've also got the Reddit. You got the Reddit avatars to compete with.
Bro,
you got Trump. Trump cards.
You got a Trump, man. Frank's not Trump.
Will y00ts?
Has he been president of the United States? I mean, I know he's on TED Talks, but has he been president?
That's close enough. Oh, yeah. So I mean, there's stiff competition on both those chains, and so maybe that's what they want to do. They want to be like, we're gonna show everybody by becoming #1 on all these chains. But I mean, you got to overcome a lot of different big projects over there on Polygon to do that. So we'll see how that goes.
Hey, you know what? I've been a supporter. I just want to say
of Frank.
No, of Polygon NFTs before any of these assets. All right, I was making. The thing is that when I was making the Pixel NFTs, no one bought my fucking Polygon ones. They only bought the Ethereum ones, and no one wanted Polygon then. Now,
no one wanted Bridge.
It's all what everyone wants to fucking do is Polygon. So I'm like, again, I was there. I was a champion of it before.
We tried to bridge to Polygon. It took forever.
Yeah, that was really a bad experience.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I know. I mean, Polygon. You are a Polygon hipster. That's true, and you're an OG of the Polygon ecosystem.
Yes.
Just nobody knows your name for whatever reason. We won't speculate any further on that. But I don't see you on the top 50 here, buddy. What happened?
No.
So yeah, we'll see what happens with all this. I mean, it's interesting. It's not good for Solana, I think, and I'm not surprised at fucking
So what do you think?
I'm not surprised at all.
So
I'm just not surprised.
I was gonna do the NFTs for my tables, right? Should I do them on Polygon? I think I kind of have to.
Okay. Anyway, on the news of
You just got.
I don't know, dude.
No advice.
You're
just gonna be like,
no advice right now. No advice right now. I'll talk to you after the show about that one. I have to think about it.
You have to think about it.
Yeah, I have to think about it.
I think I'm just gonna do Polygon. It's what Frank's doing.
Then just do it. That's what. Oh God, dude. Dude, take it out of your mouth. Take it out of your mouth. You've got it in your mouth right now, bro. Take his thing right out of your mouth. Okay, but on the announcement, though,
I just called him how
this is how crazy everyone is, though. Look, on the announcement, dude, DeGods, here's the 25th, got a pump, and today has been pumping. It went from a 400 soul floor to a 520 soul floor.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people like, oh, I'm bailing on the Sol Maxis. The Sol Maxis are jumping ship and whatnot. But I think with the calculation, they probably thought about this. They're like, okay, the Sol Maxis are going to bail, but ETH Maxis might hop on, and there's more ETH Maxis than Sol Maxis, so whatever. Like,
that's interesting. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, yeah. So do you think ETH? I don't know yet. I wonder if ETH and Poly people are excited about this or not. But
I don't think most care.
Yeah, maybe that's generally what it is. I want to do. I'm going to do this calculation today and for tomorrow because I'm not going to do it right now. But I want to figure out like all the volume of y00ts, right? This 2.1 million Solana here. If you look at the volume of I don't know, it's hard to exactly make the numbers work, but if you look at the volume, of y00ts and you compare it to the volume of these other projects on Polygon, I wonder where it would be in the ranking.
That's a good question.
So far, if you go to the all-time volume for
how do you figure that out?
Well, so first you got to obviously look at the all-time volume for each. Then you got to convert it to USD. The only thing is like we're then going off the current price and not the price at, all the various periods of time. So it's a little hard to get exact, right? But you could get a rough kind of idea, maybe, ish about where it is.
So you've done this? Where is it, you think?
No. But here, let's just look real quick. Here. Okay. So Sandbox is 156,000 Matic. What's Matic's price right now?
Matic is 80 cents.
Okay. Let's just say, okay, that's 180 cents. That's 120. Wait, okay. Times 0.8. $124,000. I mean, that's not that much. That's their all-time volume on the Sandbox. $124,000. See, that's the thing. It's deceiving too because the price of Matic, the price on all these goes up and down. That's why this isn't a very accurate calculation. Whereas if you look at, I mean, y00ts would be killing it probably. I mean, because this is at 2.1 million is Solana. Even if you do it at $11, that's still $23 million worth. So I just think it's not an even fair comparison, really. But you maybe need to look at like number of sales. Maybe that's more accurate. I don't know. Maybe that's a more accurate figure. Let's look at number of sales real quick. Top number of sales. Whoa, fuck! What is that? 1 billion. Okay, well, let's get rid of that. Jesus, what is that? It's just random address with 1 billion sales.
Josh.
Dude, that's sketch. What is that? Is that somebody's wash trading address?
Yeah, something
what
like
the
that.
But the Sunflower Land collectibles, 7 million sales. Let's see, how many sales? Let's say total sales. Let me go to the research tab. Research mode. Total sales. Where's the total sales number? Give me the goddamn total sales number. Oh my god, how do I figure out total sales of this project? This is what we do when we can't. No dead air. I should have music playing in the background. I don't know what happened to my music. But I don't see a total sales on here. That's cool. Anyway, yeah, I'll look a little bit more into it, try to figure that out. But
awesome.
Okay, other than that, we got nothing really minting today of note. I'm on the Lucky Trade here. I'm sure somebody's craptastic project is minting
something. Yeah,
somebody's minting something. But
something today.
We've got the Passengers project reveal here on the Lucky Trader calendar. But it's a slow week. It's a slow week. It's a slow week.
This is going to be
when I'm looking at
week.
Most
Everyone's
bot
still
here
in
on my
vacation mode.
Ninja. Yeah, exactly. People are barely getting back to work right now.
I'm barely here.
Yeah, I'm actually, if you look closely, I'm actually translucent because my opacity is set at 50%. I'm halfway here. But anyway, my ninja alerts, you know, most bots.
You do look like just like a shadow.
Santa.
Like you don't even like.
Yeah, I
like,
noticed that. I'm like, man, I really need to. I didn't turn on my main light today. I forgot.
You have like, yeah, you look like you're totally trying to be anonymous here, and it's like, bro, you kind of already.
This
Chad,
is anonymous.
Yeah, you've kind of already outed yourself.
The Bored Ape
We all know you're 2 hours away from Tulsa. That's already
Semiism. Semiism.
What?
Nazis.
Oh
boy.
Yeah,
so
love it.
That's it. That's it today,
All right.
guys. That's it. We're gonna wrap this bad puppy up now. We're glad to be back. We're gonna look at the Master Chef project. What is that? Okay, I'll check that out. That's weird. I haven't heard of that one. But we'll do like a year look back episode here this week where we'll look back at some of our favorite moments of the year. I was already looking back and man, just so much cringe over the past year. It's like going to be a total cringe reel. So pretty excited for that. And we're using new software, so we're just kind of getting used to how to roll the project again. But everybody bear with us. It should be an even better experience in the long run.
It'll be bigger and better. I get a new studio starting next week.
Lots happening, everybody. Lots happening. So we'll see you guys though in the Discord. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And thanks to our burn sponsors. And have a GM-erific day. Bye-bye. Uh-oh. Oops.